All right, you guys. Happy New Year and all of that. Happy end of 2025. We made it, child. Woo! On a positive note, here with a message for Capricorns for January 2026, what you can look forward to, energy that you may be in, things that may be occurring around you. And it's been a minute. Let's jump in. So, overall energy, you have Five of Pentacles, Earth energy with examining life's lessons, followed by the Chariot, Cancer energy, and Major Arcana. So this is an energy really of like kind of in a cliche way, but very simply like taking stock, taking inventory, looking over everything that has occurred, everything that has happened, but more specifically like speed bumps or like like you might sit and be like, okay, March was a really rough month for me. July was rough, and this month was rough. What was happening those months that made it rough? Oh, okay, that's what happened. Okay, great. What can I do to fix that cog in the wheel? Okay, great. Like it's doing whatever you need to do to sort of balance out the scales, because you know that if you examine those couple of lessons, that you can move forward in a very smooth way. Like that's the way it comes across for me. I don't know really how else to articulate it. It's like sometimes you're in a space in life where you feel stuck and you don't know what to do to move forward. This is an energy where you sort of know the exact lessons, you know exactly what you need to look at, you know it's like knowing exactly where you went wrong and where to kind of go tweak and fix, patch, band-aid in order to make things run smoothly. That's kind of how this feels for me, and that's the energy that you're going to be in January. So even for a lot of you, you might be right now like making that list, checking it twice, with the intentions of like putting that into action next month. Um, like I learned that I really cannot be in the same room with this person. And so it has not been good for my life. I'm going to implement that in January. Yeah. You know, could be anything. Or, it is time for me to move. And that's a lesson that has kept staring me in the face all year, and I kept on ignoring it. And I know that the moment I do that, everything is going to pick up, right? Like, it's one of those things where you're not sitting and being like, what should I do to move forward? Like, you kind of know exactly what you need to do. We'll keep going. So then we have the Four of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, with activity beneath the surface, followed by Seven of Wands, fire energy with inner strengths and resources. Um, some of you guys could be connecting with the Cancer or a water sign of some sort, um, and trying to establish a way to move forward with this person. It could be in business, it could be in love, take it however it resonates, friendship, whatever. But I do have the Hierophant here as well, clarifying this, which is why I say that. And so it's like, I get this a few different ways. And the first way is, excuse me, in that way where, especially with the Chariot, the Five of Pentacles, for some of you guys, you could be connecting with somebody here. They might be a water sign, doesn't have to be. And you sort of know what needs to be combed over. You know what weeds need to be pulled. You know how to approach the situation. It's just a matter of doing it. I get the analogy of the gym. Like, right? Like, you know why you need to go to the gym. It's just a matter of like getting to the gym, right? Like, this is the sort of energy, like maybe there's a conversation that needs to be had that you're sitting on. Maybe there is a confession that needs to be had that you're sitting on. Maybe there is a apology. I don't know. But ultimately, with this activity beneath the surface and inner strengths and resources leading into the Hierophant, there's something in here that's sort of destined or meant to be or written in the stars, and that's why it doesn't go away. And so, however it resonates again for you, right? If it's the gnawing of like, I really need to speak about this, or I really need to open up about this, or I know that Like, I learned what I needed to learn about that, but I'm just refusing to look at it and actually apply the learnings from the situation. Like, you know what I mean? This is a scenario that's sort of like with the Hierophant, all of this was meant to be, and led you to this point for a purpose. So you can sort of turn away as much as you want to, but it's not going to go away. You can avoid the conversation as much as you want to, but it's not going to go away. You can avoid accepting as much as you want to, but it's not going to go away, right? Like, that's sort of how this comes in for me. We'll keep going. Interesting. So then you have the Hangman with new truths and perceptions, major arcana, followed by the Hangman again. This is Pisces energy here twice, clarified by the World card with new opportunities. And so it is almost like, okay, so for some of you guys, whatever happens here causes such a 360 or such a 180 rather, that this is going to sound so like, but it's like the world bursts open for you, right? So I'll use myself as an example, right? Like me moving from Kokomo, Indiana to Brooklyn, New York, right? Like the world burst open for me in a lot of different ways. I was seeing things I'd never seen. I was receiving things I'd never received. I was meeting people I'd never meet, different kind, whatever, right? That's just a very cliche example. This is kind of how this comes across to me, where on the other side of this thing that cannot be avoided, whether again, it's a confession or it's a talk or it's a meeting of the minds that you've been avoiding, I don't know. But you sort of gather the inner strength to say, okay, rather than sitting on this or keeping it behind the veil or behind the curtain or tucked under my tongue, or only in my mind, I'm going to bring it out and I'm going to say it, or I'm going to present it, or I'm going to launch it, right? And then here you get into this space where with the Hangman, new truths and perceptions here twice, it's sort of like, I just get this visual of like Tasmanian devil level of new thinking. Like the moment this sort of is enacted, like new person, new opportunities, new world, new space. You might pick up and move. An opportunity might hit you that moves you across the country. You might want to launch it, right? Like it launches you into a whole different lifestyle, if you will. Now I'm being dramatic. We'll keep moving on. So then you have the Page of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, good luck and new birth, followed by the King of Swords with assertive authority and counsel, clarified by the Prince of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, or for some of you guys rather, and if this resonates, take it. If it doesn't, don't try to make it fit. If there's like a partnership that you've had your eye on, I do feel like it's going to be really successful. I feel like it will work out. And I feel like, again, it's one of those things where you already kind of see the vision, you see the plot, you know that it could be really strong and you're just sitting on it. Like you're not pulling the trigger, you're not hitting the button, you're not saying green, and you're not like foot on the gas, right? Like, I think this is very promising. With the Ace of Pentacles, this is new prosperity, new resources knocking at the door. With the Prince of Cups, there's more water energy here. So again, I feel like for some of you guys, this probably involves a water sign. It doesn't have to be, but this is somebody who kind of comes in and saves the day, if you will. Really beautiful energy, loving, respectful, ready to serve, you know, like what you need, I got you. Like that's this sort of energy, but also very like a protector as well. It's not subservient, but willing to serve. And then with the King of Swords here, assertive authority and counsel, this is just really giving me a beautiful partnership. And then, yeah, we started with the Chariot card, and so let's pull an advice card and wrap up. There's no way. There is way. So you guys got new partner. That's just like, I'm like, okay, that's why I just stopped talking, because I'm like, at some point, especially as a reader, like the ramble on and saying the same shit over and over, where it's like, okay, sometimes like this is just what I see, and like don't go trying to add and sugar and put more on top. Like, anyway, new partner. A chance meeting is no mistake. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. Pay careful attention to new people we send into your life. You will recognize them by your sense of familiarity, comfort, and safety. That's what I have for you, Capricorns. What a cool message. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to DM me. And you guys have a beautiful new year. And if this reading helped in any way, comment below.